Hello, this is tutorial on 11.683. This target, you're finding the area of irregular and composite figures. The first part of the sheet is going to be like the first part of the quiz, where you have to estimate the area of a couple of different irregular shapes. And then the second one, you'll have to find the the exact area of some composites shapes. All right, so taking a look at this, I guess I would look at this. I try to chunk things out. Some people number things out. I do a lot of boxing. This looks like this is 4 squares by 4 squares. So I'm going to call that 16 right in the middle there. And then let's see, I could call this 17. This would be 18 here. These two guys here would make 19. These two guys here would make 20. And then these two guys over here, I'd call that 1 squared too. So give me a total of 21. So this one would be 21 units square. And I think if you came up with anywhere between 20 and 22 units there, you had a pretty solid estimate. On this one here, let's see. I think I'm just going to box this guy all the way off over to here again. Make a big box. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll call this 20 in the middle. 21, 22, 23. I'm going to skip this guy to fill in over here. 24 here, I'd call this 24 units. 24 units squared. And again, I'd say if you're anywhere between 22 and 26 units, that's a pretty solid estimate there. All right, moving on to this next sheet here. All right, I'll slide this guy down to get my dot cam so you can see it, these 3 shapes here. On these ones here, I think I'll go to my pencil, and we just basically have to divide these up into different shapes just like we've been doing. So I'm going to draw a line in here. I'm going to figure out the area that's that rectangle and then the area of the triangle. Now, the area of the rectangle is pretty simple. It's 3 here and 6 here. So this is going to be 18 in the middle here, right here. We've got 18 square units there. Now, a lot of people are going to go, okay, well, this one is 6 plus 6, so this is 12. The height over here is 12. And they're going to take it times 15. But that's not 15. This is 3 here, and that makes this measurement here 12, and then together the whole thing is 15. So you have to be careful on that one there. I'm going to erase that. That's right where I'm going to put my answer. So this is actually a 12 times 12 to get the area of this triangle. So 12 times 12 gives me 144. Of course, that's for the whole square. So when I divide that by 2, I've got 72. So I've got 18 and 72 there. If I add those guys up, I'm going to have 90 feet squared. Okay? This guy here, let's see, I look at these steps, I just think about breaking these up into 3 different rectangles. So let's make sure I've got the measurements of these guys here. I might go back to the purple on this one or the blue, whatever it is. So these 2 here, this is going to be 32. That's pretty solid. This one here looks like 4 times 4, but it's not. This measurement is 4. This measurement is also 4 over here. So this is actually 4 by 8 as well. So 4 times 8 here is 32. So I got 32 on those each. And you can look at them, this one here and this one here. One is just laid on the side. So now I got to find the area of this, and it looks like to be a square. So I've got 12 on top. I've got 8 here, and I've got 4 over here. That will give me a 12. So 12 times 12 is 144. So if I add those all up, I got my calculator off to the side. I think it's 208. 144 plus, that'd be 64 if I added those together. So I got 208 here. 208. And that's going to be meters squared. Just abbreviate that, meters squared. That's not the best looking 8, so I'll rewrite that, 208. Okay. All right, this guy over here looks pretty straightforward. Let's get the rectangle, do the easy part first. So we'll do 16 times 8. 16 times 8 on the old calculator gives me a 128 in the middle. Oh. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that'd be, let's see, 128 would be this whole area here. But now I got to find the area of this one right here. that triangle. Let's think about this now. I have to think. If this area up here is 10, and this area is down here is 16, 10 minus 16 minus 10. So this has to be 6 here. So I've got that measurement. Now I've got to find the height of that triangle. Well, if this is 8 over here, and this whole thing here is 12, then 12 minus 8, this here has to be 4. So I've got 4 times 6, that's 24. Of course, I have to divide that by 2, so I got 12 up there, and I've got 128 in the middle. So those two together would be 140, I believe. Yeah, 140. 140, and that will be feet squared. I'll write it with an exponent this time on that one. 140 feet squared. Okay, let's keep moving. I think I'm going to have to fold my paper to get to this next section. All right, got the next 3. Slide that down just a touch. All right, this one here, they love this shape here. This one isn't as bad as it looks. You got to find the area of the square. So you got 3 on this side and 3 on this side. You got 9 total in the square. And then really, you got 2 circles. I'm going to shade them in. Actually, I'll color them in so you can see them. Here's a half a circle here, and here's a half a circle over here. So that's going to make a whole circle. And then you got this circle here, and this half circle here. You're going to have a whole circle. So really, I've got 2 circles and that square in the middle. So let's see. These circles are going to be pi r. So that's going to be 3.14 times, well, if the diameter here of this circle is 3, that means the radius is going to be 1.5. Okay, so let me just pop that into the calculator. So I got 3.14 times 1.5 times 1.5 equals 7.065. So 7.065, and then there's going to be 2 of those, because there's going to be 2 complete circles. And then I've got to add the 9 in. So if I add that all up, I got 1413 for the circles, plus the 9 for the square. I got 2313. And that's going to be meters squared. All right, let's get going on this guy here. I'll switch back a different color pen so don't confuse me with this pink, the purple stuff up here, or blue, or whatever it is. All right, so I'm going to look at probably dividing it up like this. A rectangle looks like a square, and then a triangle. All right, so do the easy one first. This is going to be 80. That's 8 times 10. Okay, so if this is 14 down here, then this is 8, and this is 4, 8 plus 4, because I just took the 4 down here. This has got to be, this measurement has to be 2. And if this measurement over here is 10, this measurement is 6, that means this has to be 4 here too. So this is a square. So 4 times 14 is going to give me 16 there. And then I've got this little triangle over here. And if I just kind of blow this triangle up a little bit, it's 4 on this side, it's 2 on the bottom. So 4 times 2 would give me a total of 8. But I have to divide that by 2 because I just found the area of that rectangle. The actual area, the triangle, is 4. So if I add up my circles here, I'm just going to write this out. I've got 80 plus 16 plus 4. I can add these 2 guys together and make it 20. So I've got 80 plus 20 equals 100 for this guy here. So I'm going to go over here and write this to be 100 feet square. And let's see, what else? We got this guy over here, looks like a basketball court with a triangle off to the side. So let's do the easy stuff first. This measurement down here is 7 this direction, the whole thing. This one is 4. That means this measurement here has to be 3. So the easy one is to do 6 times 4. So I've got 24 on the rectangle. And then this square down here, I've got 2 on this side and 3 on this side. So that would give me 6 for the 2 times 3 would be 6 for that rectangle, but of course that's not a rectangle, it's a triangle, so I have to cut that in half. So I actually got in the middle there, I've got 3, and that makes sense. 3 times 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 3. And then I've got this circle up here. All right, well, if the diameter is 4, that means the radius is 2. So if I pi r that, 3.14 times 2 times 2, there's my pi r. Slide that in just a touch so you can see it. Okay, clear my calculator. 3.14 times 2 times 2, I've got 12.56. Now be careful, 12.56 is not the half circle, it's the whole circle. So you have to divide that by 2, and we're going to get 6.28. So I got 6.28 for that circle. I'm sorry, I got 6.28 for the half circle. So I've got to add 3 plus 24. So I'm just going to write this out. I got 3 for the triangle, I got 24 for the rectangle, I got 6.28 on the half circle. So I'll add those up real quick. Looks like 33.28. 33.28, and that's going to be meters squared down there at the bottom. All right, this last one looks like it's pretty difficult, but actually I think it's one of the easiest of the 7 problems that we had here. All right, so we got this guy here. We got a rectangle, which is simply 4 times 8. So this is 32. So we got 32. Now we got to figure out what this guy here is. Well, this here measurement right here is a radius, and that measurement is 4. So if I pi r that, 3.14, always using, times 3.14 times 4 times 4, that's gonna be like about 50, because it's like about 3 times 16. But 3.14 times 4 times 4, exactly, it is 50.24. So this is 50.24. So I got 50.24, and I'm just going to add my rectangle, my 32 there. I've got 82.24. Did you notice anything that I did wrong? Yeah, common mistake. I just double checked myself on. That 50.24 is for a whole circle, so I'm going to reback that off. 50.24, I'm going to divide that by 2. That equals 25.12, 25.12, because I had to divide by 2, put that down. So I've got 25.12 plus the 32 equals 57.12, 57.12 meters squared. What are you going to forget? Most people forget to cut triangles half. Most people forget to cut circles in half on half circles. You saw me just make that mistake and correct it. It's one of the things I just know that I forget to do, and so before I write anything down, before I finalize my answer, I always go back and say, hey, did I show the division of 2 by circles? If it's a half circle, did I show division by 2 if it was a triangle? All right, sounds great. Good luck with this target.